I will be talking about the power of hope. And my personal hope is that you'd find this talk so inspiring that it will go viral. The power of hope enables us to rewrite a new end to our story, regardless of our history. For 20 years, I worked for Agilent Technologies and Hewlett-Packard. That was my history. Today, I am a minister and a nonprofit leader. I had to switch from using my left brain to my right brain. It was hope that enabled me to rewrite my story. 2012, TED speaker Talisha Rote spoke about the science of hope, stating that the human brain is hardwired for hope. Hope enables us to look to the future with great expectancy despite the storm clouds. Hope points us to believe that life would go well with us. We would have good relationships and be more productive. Well, with less reason to fear or have despair. Hope points us to focus on the silver lining. My mother was a force of hope, even though she was poor, unmarried, and the mother of 4. How many of you here have ever been a single parent? I see a lot of hands. And it's either because you've been divorced, widowed, maybe never married, or had children before you were married. You know how life struggles can be when you're raising children in your home alone. I am the daughter of a single teen mom. When I was young, my mother worked for the DuPont company. She was an elevator operator. But the installation of self-operating electrical elevators forced my mother into unemployment. She was faced with the real possibility of not being able to put food on our table or keep a roof over our head because there were no jobs that were out there that would be able to pay all of her bills. In this dire situation, what my mother did was nothing short of an inspiration. She enrolled in Delaware Technical Community College. She turned her back to despair and looked forward with hope to her future. It was as if resurging hope was poured into her heart. It was so powerful that it enabled her to rise again. And it empowered her 4 children to get college degrees. Our culture is rapidly shifting. Single-parent families are the fastest growing families in our country. In the 1960s, 73% of children were raised in a traditional family with 2 first-time married parents. Today, the traditional family has decreased to 46%. Life as a single mother can be difficult, and it comes at a great cost. Poverty is greatest among the 10 million single mother-led households in this country, regardless of race. And nearly 2/3 of families begun by a young, unmarried mother are poor. The reason? Low-wage paying jobs and a lack of advanced education. You know, I'm passionate about this talk because I am also a grandmother. My daughter gave birth to my grandson at the age of 18, the summer after her freshman year of college. Well, her journey changed. We are all on a journey. Life is a journey with a beginning and an end, with hills and valleys in the middle. She veered off course. My husband and my intelligent and ambitious teenager, a dean's list student, was on academic probation 1 year later. She, like so many other single moms in college, was overwhelmed and wanted to quit. Well, how would she get back up, especially when fewer than 2% of teen moms who have a baby by the age of 18 graduate college by the age of 30? It was as if despair took her by the hand and led her into a dark valley. She couldn't climb out of it, and she wanted to quit. Warren G. Bennett says that hope is the opposite of despair. And when we despair, it's because we believe we have no choices. When our soul despairs, we think we're not good enough. We'll say, we're never going to get ahead. We say these things because we believe we failed. You become your worst critic in despair because hope deferred makes the heart sick. And it affects how we parent, work, and live. You know, who you want to be has to confront who you are currently. The antidote to despair is hope. And how does hope change our reality? Well, the power of hope enables us to see with a new lens, a new perspective of what we're really capable of. When we research hope into a single mother's life, we are holding out our hand to lift her up. We are opening the doors of opportunities for her to walk through. We are preparing her to pursue her God-given potential to reach higher, and we are empowering her to elevate. And as she arises, she brings with her her family, our community, and our nation. Now that's hope. You know, my daughter was able to look beyond the horizon. That's what hope is. It enables us to look to the future beyond the horizon. Today, my daughter is a college graduate of the University of Delaware, and she is on track to get her second degree from Wilmington University. That's my daughter. Our resurging hope became her hope realized. Thank you. You know, she wasn't the only one who benefits from this legacy. It started with my mother, down to my siblings and I, to my daughter, and now also to my grandson. Now this is hope's possibility. The tangible results that we experience with helping my daughter, it became a compassion for me. And I wanted to help other young girls and women like my daughter. Although teen pregnancy prevention programs exist, nearly 3 in 10 teenagers in our country become pregnant. And in my home state of Delaware, we are startlingly ranked 8th in our nation for teenage pregnancy, even though we're small. Every father, mother, and child has a hope and a future. And having a child when you are young and unmarried is not something to be stigmatized. And children, they deserve to be loved and celebrated. I spend my days working with the economically disadvantaged in nonprofit organizations like Hope and a Future Project, where we have joined our communities, the fight in our communities to overcome hunger, homelessness, and poverty by empowering some of the most vulnerable Americans to get a college degree. The attainment of a college degree is one of the most effective long-term approaches to overcoming and breaking the cycle of poverty. There are 3 key parent supports that I found that work. Emotional support through mentoring, life skills support through training, and financial support through scholarships. These empower young parenting mothers to have successful families by breaking the glass ceiling of higher education. You know, when I'm doing this work, I am always reminded of something in my upbringing. And that is that faith, hope, and love has lasting impact on our lives. Love overcomes shame, and it doesn't keep a record of wrong. Hope, it anchors the soul. And when we have faith in what we hope for, we have the realization of a diploma in our hand, a cap and gown on our body, the dress that celebrates the degree, that opens the doors of opportunities that were closed before. Faith's greatest reward cannot be seen unless it first starts with hope in our heart. And hope, it doesn't disappoint. I'll leave you with this. You have the power to give hope away to those who need it the most, those without power, without resources, without status. And when you do, you are uplifting a person, a family, a community, and you're leaving a legacy of success for future generations to come. We can significantly impact the outcome of their lives and ours when we let hope rise. Thank you.